Right, good morning everyone, welcome back to the channel. Thank you for stopping by. I hope you're all well, having a decent day wherever you are in the world right now. If you haven't already, please consider subscribing, dropping a like on the video to get me out to a wider audience, and any comments or questions that you may have, please feel free to leave them down below and I'll get back to you as soon as I possibly can. I'm just going to make a very quick video about Hedera, HBAR now. Just going over the charts, looking at the previous all-time highs and whatnot, and see where we could be heading over the next months, weeks, years maybe. There's also a little I found a little news article. It's mainly a podcast. It's on CoinDesk. It's an interview with their new CFO discussing the importance of blockchain and the freedom it provides. It's a little podcast thing. I'll link it. It's women who Web3. I'll link it down below, and if you want to listen to that, it is quite interesting. I had a little listen to it last night. But I'll crack on. I'll start off with the cryptocurrency market, see how we're looking. We've got a market cap of $1.17 trillion, which is excellent at the moment. We're up 4.35% over the last 24 hours. So it looks like there was no profit taking by institutional investors on Friday, which bodes well for the rest of the weekend. We could see some more sideways movement or potentially some movements to the upside. I don't anticipate much selling over the weekend. I would think, if anything, we're moving sideways or people will be buying in. So that's the market cap, 24-hour trading volume of $83 billion. Bitcoin dominance is at 45.2%. Actually, Bitcoin is trading at $27,000, $27,500 roughly, 27.3. It's up 33% over the week, so it's had a really good run up. The whole market has. It was under $1 trillion market cap this time last week. So that's up 5% nearly. Ethereum the same, it's over $1,800. BNB's pushing up nicely. Solana's have a nice run up, it's up 10% today, so Solana holders will be quite happy, the ones that held on or bought in after the FTX crash. Biggest rise of the last 24 hours, this Mask network, which I've never heard of, is up 125%. Conflux, I've been watching that's been doing really well. Sort of regret not getting involved in that. There's another one down here, Immutable X, that's had a really good run up recently, and this Singularity Net. Things I've just been watching and thinking, oh, maybe I should buy in, but yeah, you can't get in on everything. There's 22,000, nearly 23,000 cryptos. You can't be in all of them. Just something I missed out on. So there are some nice rises in the market. As for HBAR, currently trading at 0.064, up 4.07% against the US dollar and down 0.66% against Bitcoin. It currently sits on 488,000 watch lists, so it's got a fairly large community behind it. Market cap, nearly $2 billion. 24-hour trading volume, $54 million. And the circulating supply is just over 30 billion HBAR, which represents 60% of the total supply. Everything looks great on this little line chart, but you can only learn so much from a line chart. Sentiment, I was just going through earlier, predominantly people, well, pretty much everyone is bullish on it. You've got someone there talking in French. Je suis optimiste sur HBAR, well, which is nice. So around the world, they've got a fairly large community and everyone's bullish on it. Looking at the all-time high, that was at 57 cents. We're down 88% since then, and that was on the 16th of September 2021, 2 years ago. All-time low of 0.01. So not financial advice, but today or at these prices would be a excellent price to be getting in at, because you've got potential for parabolic exponential gain. So let's look at the HBAR chart on the daily. You can see last week we pulled back into this little accumulation zone that I like to call it. I was buying up around these levels. We had a big pullback on Wednesday, but we've pushed up and we've broken above resistance, which I would expect to become support again at, what level is that? Sorry, 0.062. It's been tested numerous times. It was prior resistance, but it's using it as support at the moment. There's no divergent activity on the MACD, and we've also moved to positive momentum on the histogram, moving up the time frames to look for potential big moves. Our next level of resistance is at 14 cents, then 23 cents. There was divergence across from this low here to this low here, bullish divergence, which is playing out, and how far that will take us, I wouldn't know. With this FX, I would be targeting the daily 100, the weekly 100, so that's at 17 cents, so that could be an initial target. I believe this will reach all-time highs again and exceed it. I reckon it'll go to $1 at some point, but sorry about that. My children are screaming in the background. I'll shut that door slightly. Yeah, so that's the long-term prediction. I'd like to see us this year potentially get to 20 cents, maybe even 40, but beyond that, I can easily see us getting to 50 cents again. But I don't think we're in a bull market at the moment. I believe we're in people are just buying. Sentiment's fairly good, but I don't think the Bitcoin the bull run is going to happen until the Bitcoin halving next year. That's when it traditionally happens. Moving down the time frames on the 4 hourly, we've got a bit of divergent activity across the highs there, from this high here to this high here, bearish divergence that is, so it could see a pullback to this support level here. I would expect us to react to it because it does actually coincide exactly with the 4 hourly 100 rather, which we could react to and push back up to the this sort of region again, 0.68 rather. On the hourly, everything looks fairly decent. There's no divergent activity. We've had a little pullback, which is healthy. Nearly came down to the hourly 100, but we didn't. We whipped down and we're pushing back up. So I would expect a lot of sideways momentum today and tomorrow, possibly a little bit more of a move to the upside. As I said, there doesn't look like there was any profit taking on Friday, so people are keeping their money, in the institutional traders, and hopefully retail traders will be doing their thing over the weekend and continuing to DCA in, or not something I do, but FOMOing into the projects they believe in. Because if you look at the 24-hour trading volume, $83 billion on a Saturday. I know it's only Saturday morning, but it's still a fairly large amount. That's normally what you get on the weekdays, and the weekends it's normally half that. So everything's looking quite good across the broader cryptocurrency market. HBAR is looking healthy. So I don't do price predictions, but I see us by the end of next week. I'm just going to contradict myself now. I'd like to think that if we can keep this momentum, we can get to 0.08 and break this resistance again and push back. And once we break that level, then head towards the, what was I talking about for? 14 cents is the next target I'd have in mind. I don't expect that to get there overnight. It's not something I really care about. I'm talking about 3, 4, 5 years until we reach, massive potentials. I'm just accumulating at the moment. I'm not telling you to do what I do. I'm just sharing my own journey across the financial markets, crypto markets. But this bullish divergence on the weekly time frame is very interesting, because I can show you something on Bitcoin, actually. Show you how Bitcoin broke down. The divergence played out perfectly. I'm going on a bit now, I've gone off on a tangent, but I believe I've got it marked out on my chart. I haven't actually. But you see we made a high here on the Monday, the 12th of April 2021, made a new high there on November the 8th 2021, and you look at the MACD, there was a very clear divergence, and there was a complete sell-off in the market all the way down to $15,000. So these divergences do play out nicely sometimes, and hopefully the one on HBAR can do the same. I'm going to wrap it up there, because I'm going on a bit now talking about other things. But Bitcoin, it's nice to see that looking healthy. It's broken through its trend line. It's just pulled back to test it, or retest it rather, and hopefully it'll bounce off it. I know I'm saying hopefully, but you've got to hope for some things. You can't be 100% correct and everything. It's just my opinion, not financial advice. Anyway, like I said, I'm going on a bit now, so I'm going to wrap it up for there. Wish you all a wonderful weekend. I'll speak to you soon. Like, comment, subscribe. See you in the next video. Bye for now.